Welcome, everybody. We are going to be starting this game number 2. Very interesting best of 3 so far. Archaic is going to be the Terran in the bottom left. The purple Terran, he is repping Overclocked. He is ok.Archaic with the tag in the game of TQ. His opponent is Aruncart, the teal Protoss in the top right, who won the last game with a very hardcore cheese that was almost guided by Archaic. Archaic did look for proxies, but in the wrong side of the map, ends up missing Aruncart's proxy Stargate, which ends up doing a fair bit of damage, reducing Archaic to 4 SCVs off of one base. He had 2 orbital commands and almost came back, but then Aruncart got his act together and was able to push in for the win using a nice mixture of gateway units along with 3 or 4 Void Rays, and Archaic didn't quite have the anti-air needed to defend against that. The Zealots were able to take out the Void, they got the Marines when actually Archaic tried to push out for an attack. It didn't quite go the way Archaic planned. It ended up being the perfect angle for a Aruncart, and Aruncart was really able to take advantage of that and end up winning the game. So it's going to be really good to see. Um, right now, I also have to deal with girlfriend not really happily texting me. It's kind of an awkward thing to happen in the middle of a game and everything. Um, let's see. Uh, let's see if I can text and look at StarCraft with this all at the same time. But yeah, basically Archaic is getting out his, or I mean, Arunkar is getting out his assimilator, looking for probably like a 1 gate expansion would be the standard way of this game to play. Archaic could go for his siege expansion that he's done every single PvT that we've seen, and if you look around here, this gateway is getting the cybernetic score down, and this is really hard to do. Okay, the text is now sent, and I'm really embarrassed to do that, but it's kind of a necessary thing right now. Usually I just focus on StarCraft and ignore her until the game is done, but it's a really necessary time, so apologies for that. Archaic is orbital command going down. We do have his barracks down here. No factory's been thrown down yet. He hasn't mined enough gas for that. We do have the 100 gas. Now factory does go down, looking standard for him. A run cart's getting down a second gas. Archaic sees this with a nice SCV scout. The center of his core is going to be done now. And the gateway stalker is now being made. The chrono boost is happening onto the warp gate. We do have the factory going down there, and I don't want to make it seem that I'm like always over StarCraft with my girlfriend. No, it's just usually she's understanding. It's just right now she's very unhappy, which is not good for me at all. Um, so now we do have the factory going down as the everything's standard for Archaic. I'll probably get the tech lab the second this factory does complete. A run car right now is still on one base. I don't see him with any other units. We see the factory and the barracks and the tech lab. We do have a probe over here. Will we have another proxy possibility with that probe? Stalker is being thrown down, and the Nexus is not producing any more. Is he foregating? Oh, okay, he's now setting down those guys in the simulator. For a second, I thought he might be. We have actually a robo going down. Um, then oh, this is so not good. Oh, this is so not good. Robo's going down, so Run Card seems to just be doing expansion play. Probably wanted the Nexus down there, but ended up needing to get the Robo down. The Stalker's not going to help dealing with this. Um, okay. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, I feel so bad. I have to try and commentate at the same time. Okay. Robo's going down, so we'll be able to get a nice bit of scouting. This probe is still alive over there. We do see siege tanks being made, as well as the expansion from Archaic. It seems that his change to his build from playing Archaic is that he gets, or from playing a run card, is that he gets down second barracks to get out more Marines and just be a little bit more defensive earlier on. He delays his tech lab getting the siege mode, but the command center is still going on. Um, Nexus is there. We do have more buildings going down. So another 3-gate Robo along with this expansion. So still really standard play coming out of both players, which is nice to see, especially after that last game. This isn't exactly a standard build from Archaic. He's the only one I've ever seen do this kind of thing. But it can really, really work out in his favor if he can actually just get to the units that he wants. Assuming he doesn't over SCV and under base, which is what he did against Sarovati on this map, you can get a nice opportunity to get that really strong mech maxed army. The command center, orbital command going down now. Okay, yeah, I was trying to send us fast. Let's see, I'm just gonna see you guys in, there we go. Okay. Alright. I think that might be the last one. Hopefully all turns out fine, but still, sentries are out. We do have Immortal on the field. It gets scanned. No other key buildings are actually been put down by Aruncart. It's just 4 gates, the Robo, and the pylons going down. But it looks like Archaic will be pushing across the right with a few units and a couple SCVs. Not the biggest army ever, but it's an awkward timing. Aruncart should actually be able to defend this if he controls correctly. Gets a nice force field. Gotta be careful with the Marines targeting down those Immortals. We get some nice force fields going down. However, the siege tanks are still in range of everything. But Archaic is getting ripped apart right now by the forces and everything. The Immortals are still alive, and they're targeting down those. Oh, he doesn't finish off that last siege tank. That's actually a really big deal. He needs to keep that siege tank count low. But still, the fact that we're alive is definitely a bad thing for Archaic, and the fact that the siege tank is alive is a bad thing for Aruncart. He actually might be going to go for a counter push with this probe, ready to go for a proxy pylon that you could also just use that probe for as well. Okay. So now, so now we're going to move forward. The pylon is going to be ready for a counter push as this game is continuing on. Robo gateways are all being thrown down. They used to get picked off, completely out of position for Archaic, so he's now behind quite a bit in the food count, 35 SCVs to 45 probes. That means Archaic's down in army supply and worker supply. We're going to see him pushing in. There are all of these tanks back here, but there's not very much to defend. We see repair for the SCVs, but that's not going to do anything against 2 Immortal DPS. They're going to target down these the siege tanks and everything. The SCVs are trying to do some damage, but with these 2 Immortals, the hurt one is leading and taking a lot of hits, and it still doesn't die. 2 health left on that Immortal. That's really, really bad. Oh, Archaic needed to kill that. Needed the keys to keep this Immortal count low. But still, we have a lot of barracks. The production for Archaic is still really low. 1 barracks, 1 factory in the main, and 1 barracks in the natural. He's going to push forward once again, and once again, the lead Immortal is taking a lot of hits, and it's the lower health one. There we go. Now it's being pulled back. Aruncart is trying to control as well. But Archaic needs more production. He's doing so much off of so little. It's impressive and everything, but it's may not do well. But now these zealots are going to be able to hit the front, but they can't really do much damage in the face of supply depots. Archaic's walls can solid. Those SCVs are on auto repair, and that is just obnoxious. The fact that this 1 Immortal is hitting his barracks and doing a lot of damage. 2 SCVs can repair it faster than it can get damaged. It actually almost looks exactly even. It's not really changing very much. There we go. Now it's going lower. Actually, the Immortal is doing more DPS, but now it's getting hit. We have a scan in the front. Aruncart has been smart using just the non-injured Immortal to do that. It looks like he will be pushed back, but he's getting a 3rd base over here. Double Forge is going to be able to go down, and that's going to be able to really help out the for the upgrades. Oh my god, this is a really botched cast. Okay. This is probably the worst cast and most distressed cast I've ever done in my entire life. Okay, so now we've got Immortals here. What a surprise there. Tanks over here. Great, we've seen all this so far from this game. But the thing to note is that Archaic has not been able to expand. He's been contained. He's built a third orbital command inside his main base. Factories are going down here in addition to these two. But Archaic, he's trying to get a nice position, but Aruncart's getting a fourth base now, and that's really not good for Archaic. The Immortal count and Cell counts are going to be pretty solid. Double Robo is really helping that out, but Charge is only halfway done. Archaic isn't getting the kind of Hellions that he had before, but he's starting to get that production going down now. He does not have an Infernal Pre-Igniter, though. There's no stim or any upgrades for his Marines. He's trying to go pure mech, and we'll see how well it's going to work or not. Yeah, there's double upgrades. So we've got the Nexus going down over here, so we have a fourth base happening. Now, the moral count's really increasing, which is a very good thing. And whoa, we got a lag spike down there. That would suck if my computer. Oh god, what's going on? I'm feeling lag. I think that's ending. But the moral count is increasing. Now we're up to 5. Charge is there. No blink yet. So say a Temple Archive is actually being made in the main base. So it's going to be good to get on Archons. Archons are really, really good, as we saw from Sarovati. They actually don't take any splash damage from the tanks, so it's a really easy thing to do. They're not armored, so they only take 35 damage, or 38, because there is that +1 attack upgrade from Archaic. We have the third base being taken now, but look how late it is, and I really mean this is late, 16 minutes, versus Aruncard's very fast, 4 bases, double upgrades going down. There's a scan somewhere that, there we go, scan on this base, and Archaic cannot be happy to see that, unless he assumes that's the third base. Okay, he does not, he knows that that's his fourth base, so he knows he's got to do some kind of damage somehow. You can easily try and push in with all the Hellions and just take out a bunch of probes, but oh, look at all those idle probes. Aruncard's got 5 idle probes down there, and we do have the armor upgrade and the attack upgrade going down for the +2 level. Archaic has got his own 1-1. Does he have a double armory, or is it just one armory? I don't even know where his armories are. We have one armory down, not getting anything else. Starport's being made. That's actually the first starport I've seen. Actually, 2 starports are being made. We might see something cool along the lines of Valkyries or something. Now we're having 6 Hellions moving up front. We've got a lot of cannons down, though. They are not Blue Flame Hellions. Blue Flame's only just now started. We're going to see a few probes getting taken down. Aruncart still killed more SCVs than probes been killed this whole game. And Archaic goes right by that proxy pylon. Proxy pylon up top as well. Aruncart really has a handle on the game in terms of knowledge. Look at all of those immortals that he has. A lot of charge slots are in play now as well. And look at that, 2 more immortals are just strutting on it. Look at that, 10 immortals. That's a lot of immortals. They're tying up 40 supply. But look at the army supplies. Every supply category is in favor of Aruncart. 105 army, 90 workers. It's really, really good to have all of those workers. That's a huge amount of income they can easily replenish. This can be a lot easier for Aruncart to replenish his army than for Archaic to. Archaic is working on getting another base. He might be forced to get a PF over here and try and move out from that position and just hunker down. But there's a lot of Templar here with Psystorm. That'll be really, really key if you can control that correctly. Archaic, though, his Hellion count is only at 10. He has 14 siege tanks. As far as mech armies go, this is not the strongest one that I've ever seen. I mean, granted, I've casted Goody a ton, but still, this is not even past 24 units. It's just these 23 units, really. While Aruncart is about to finish up his 2-2 once that +2 attack is done. Archaic only has his 1-1, and he's not even using his armor to get any more upgrades. That's a pretty significant weakness, I would think, especially when needing to deal with all of these zealots and their mad DPS and the stalkers as well. You need those armor upgrades to really keep those down. But Archaic has thrown in Banshees, which is a great way to add in DPS and everything, but there's a bunch of Templar. They can feedback, there are stalkers, and Archaic's going for a complete attack down here. Aruncart can get actually a surround, loses units in the bottom, warps in on top, and then pushes in from both angles, and it can be really bad. All the siege tanks are so vulnerable to every single one of those. We see Psystorms going down over everything, and oh my god, look at all of those. Oh, everything just died. Everything just died. Look at that. So few immortals actually lost their lives. We still have those Banshees, but they can't do anything. Not in the face of this. And you see Aruncart warping a bunch more High Templar, and that was the perfect army engagement that you could really hope for. Archaic is going to have such a hard time replenishing this entire army. He's got the starports, getting out Banshees, which is great, but is there? I hope there's a fusion core, whatever, going down at some point. Again, the behemoth reactor kind of combine them into one massive thing. But look at this. Aruncart's now up to 165 food, getting this 3-3. We have feedbacks on all those Banshees, and we see them all die very, very easily. There were no observers that could have been sniped, but there's also no anti-air for Archaic there. And now look at the food count. Runcart's looking solid. Very, very, very solid. Now we have all these Charles going to be able to move in and attack down here with only a few Hellions and these siege tanks to defend. But the SimCity is really helping out this defense. And look at those charge lots going in, attacking at the same time the front's being assaulted with all those units. Runcart's trying to push in, but still it's a lot of splash damage that's going to be taken from those siege tanks. We see Archaic's being forced to put in a lot of SCVs, and oh, that is an obnoxious side storm doing us so much damage. And grab a bunch of SCVs against Immortals, that's not going to go well. And these Zealots are still alive. This Blue from Hell's going to save that day and save that base, but still, look at the Immortal count just not going down. 6 Immortals are going to be pushing in, doing a ton of damage. 1 Immortal has now lost its shields, and this is looking bad. It looks like Archaic's going to get 2-0'd by a Aruncart. With just really solid play. Archaic's mech is not working out in his favor today, which is unfortunate for him. But still, Aruncart's playing very, very solid. There's a GG, well played, sir. Very nice of Archaic to be that very well mannered. Congratulations are in order for Aruncart, definitely, and definitely well played by both players.